A lot of landscape photographers take themselves very seriously, a little bit too seriously at times, and I'm as guilty of that as anybody else. Sometimes I think we really run the risk of sucking all the fun out of photography. So that's what I'm here to do today, to have some fun. Today I've come to an area called St John's in the Vale, which is very close to the northern end of the Thirlmere Reservoir. And as you can see, it's a very grey, very dreary old morning. But that doesn't matter so much because I haven't so much come out to take photographs as to have a bit of fun. And fun for me is hiking in the fells. Of course, I am still a photographer at the end of the day, so fun for me doesn't just involve hiking up in the fells, but also capturing what I see as I go along the way. Much like this big old bit of rock here with this low cloud sitting behind it. Now I am still recovering from my gallbladder incident just before Christmas, so I'm not going to overdo it today. Steady. I don't know how far I'm going to go, and I'm going to take lots of breaks to take a few photographs. That's where I'm headed this morning. It's a little area called Wren Crag. It's just a very small climb, enough to get the heart pumping and the lungs blowing, but it's not so high that if I do have another problem with my gallbladder, then it's not too far for me to get down and get to the car, because nothing sucks the fun out of a morning like having your gallbladder spit gravel everywhere. Now at this point, I do acknowledge that there is nothing more boring than watching a photographer wandering about the landscape, so I will keep the B-roll of me walking to an absolute minimum. I'm sure you appreciate that. Now, the keen-eyed amongst you will notice that I'm not using my normal gear today. And that's because if I come out for a bit of fun, I like to strip everything back to the basics. Big camera, serious photography. Small camera, fun. The one problem that I have got with these little cameras is that I've only got a 15 to 45mm lens, which is the 35mm equivalent of 24 to 70 and a bit. And that means I don't have an awful lot of reach. But as I'm not really going to be printing these images, it does mean that I can get a little bit more creative with the crop. I've passed this way a few times and I've always stopped at this point to admire this view. I love the way that these trees sort of frame the view, and I have taken a shot from here before, but just because I've done it once already doesn't mean it's not fun to do it a second time. I have got a little tripod with me today. Normally when I'm out having fun like this, I'll shoot handheld, but every now and then I'll come to a composition that I just want to spend a little bit more time on. And this is a relatively complicated composition. There's a number of different elements that I'm trying to fit together, and the tripod just helps me to slow down and get the composition right. I have finally made it to the top of Wren Crag. If there was a world record for the slowest ascent of a tiny hill, I quite fancy my chances. Now from here you're supposed to be able to get a fantastic view of Blencathra, but as you can see it's completely shrouded in low cloud. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. Now it is a bit dreary up here today, I shall be honest. But as my most fun friend Julian Baird says, we should always embrace the grey. So I am going to take a shot of this view because it's the fun thing to do. Want to know what else is fun? You guessed it. I have really enjoyed myself this morning. It has been a lot of fun, and after all, isn't that the point of photography? I think sometimes I forget that. Anyway, what do you say we end on a little bit of B-roll of me walking off into the distance? You know, just for fun.